Okay, I have finally returned with more 40k Rogue Trader. I know it's been a while. I got sidetracked. I'll probably be doing something more later. Oh wait, that's the prison. I've already been there. Around like on Thursday, because tomorrow is slated for a expansion pack for Super Robot Wars Y that I'm probably going to pick up, and it might be fun to play that one again, because I've already played Y before, and yeah, I just think it will be fun. Master Helmsman Ravor, the Vox crackles to life, and Master Helmsman Ravor addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain, it is not a very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We're registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, and there's an incoming transmission now, too. Ragged voice ship. Hear us? Voice transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Pete, do not require assistance. Copy? Voice relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Or protect. Lord Master Helmsman Ravor. Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Rykad Philia colony that is refusing to help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Ravor, can we establish communication and let the vessel identify itself? Ravor, yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell him. We are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private gent vessel. Yeah, that doesn't sound suspicious in the slightest. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Ravor, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. Two of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the other shut up. He managed to make out little from all this noise. Thunderfang, we were just flying, minding our own business. Straight out of the blue, it opened fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected, and more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks, are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? Why, I don't know. What if... Certainly not. Whispering dies, and a clear, youthful voice cuts to the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, sole merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, stop playing games and explain again what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done? It's too late now. The Vox channel is once again filled with the angry whispering of several voices. Whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot. on a different business to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt, Lise. We already had our coronas cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. Master Helmsman Ravor. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Kronos Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they are sometimes have vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. High Factorum Janus Dunrock. The honeyed voice of the High Factorum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Let's see, what do we got here? First off, we're going to start by buying everything we can. I'm not sure I have the ability to raise... Let's see, what do these do? Is there a reason for me to do this? They want heretic trophies and Xeno artifacts, which I don't have. I also don't have jewelry. Oh, I do have some jewelry. But that only puts me at 700. That'll put me at 700. Pardon me. And they don't really want any of the rest of this stuff. So we'll just trade the heretic trophies to boost our reputation a little bit. And then we will leave them to it. Back to Rykad, I should say onward to Rykad Minoris. This is the last place that we gotta go. Voxmaster Vigdis. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of a sacred cult operating aboard the ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. What sacred cult are you talking about? They call themselves the Blood Spun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favorably upon their activities. Alright, I am ready to receive them. I will commence preparations at once, Lord Captain. I forgot about this. This is a DLC. Look at me, I get the big table. Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement, while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her. Ha! And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion. We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibella. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
I have been given a sword. I have heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as friendly spectacles touched by madness. Examine the cultists. The cultists are all voidborn. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobat's nimble grace and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Examine the captives. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces of the captured officers, technomats, and workers. A word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voigtveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him, sacred executioners.
The domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
You know, remarkably sane for a 40k person.
How interesting. Devout assassins believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread the corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
What exactly does a cult like the Bloodspun Web do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, one blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others. The virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
You kill innocent people?
We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life, if his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs.
Instead of helping those who may soon stumble, you offer them death?
We follow his design. We claim those marked by his omens. We submit to his will. How could it be otherwise?
Mention the tenets of the web. What are they?
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
I disapprove of your practices, but I'm not going to ban them for now.
We lament having incurred your anger, Domin. We hope that you may yet understand there is no fault in our service, before him or before the crew of this vessel.
Tell me about yourself, Cabela. Are you the leader of the Bloodspun Web, or its herald, or its servant?
I am the second spinner of the Bloodspun Web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Nod toward the captives. Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One, is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the Bloodspun Web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Give weapons to the traitors. It is time for Cabela to prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Your Emperor won't save you!
I will set them free.
Cabela has a remarkable background. As a Death Cult assassin, she can use special ability called Raining Blood. When used, it causes the target of Cabela's next melee attack to explode in a burst of blood, covering the floor and any enemies behind the target. The affected enemies suffer additional damage. Cabela can also use a special throwable consumable item called a Blood File to spill even more blood on the battlefield. Cabela is a blade dancer. Blade dancers are incredibly skilled sword fighters who can devastate enemies using two special attacks, Blade Dance and Death from Above. The Blade Dance ability allows the Blade Dancer to make several light strikes against random adjacent targets. If there's only one adjacent target, all the strikes are directed against that target. If 2 swords are equipped, the Blade Dancer deals significant...
As the tenet's death is a blessing. As honor ordains. As honor ordains.
Oh darn.
The angel will reward us.
An offering of blood. As the killing brings me no pleasure. Cry, flee, pray. You cannot alter your fate. The shadows will come. The other side awaits. Trust me, death is a blessing. As honor ordained, the other side awaits.
Aw.
Out of my way!
I shall not fail. As honor, death is a blessing.
Did you have to do it on the rug? Getting that out of the rug is going to be a huge pain in the ass. A cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of their treachery, so that their souls may prostrate themselves for the undying one's throne and beg his forgiveness. Cabela wipes the blood from her blade in one swift movement. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Domin Syax? Will you make me your shield and shadow? High Factorum Janus Danrock. Your lordship, the spinners of the Bloodspun Web were watching, tracking, and killing Von Valencia's enemies long before the warrant of trade passed the Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. Factorum swallows, nervously casting a fleeting glance at Cabela. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I am sure they have had good reason. Jocasta Sauerbach. The Master at Arms clears her throat. The cultists are the scourge of the seditious. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the blood-spun web. For we share a common goal, to bring his light and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of this ship. Heinrich Montag. Scourge of the seditious or not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Malark did to earn that privilege, though. And who's gonna feed his family now? Heinrich takes the drag on his glow stick, exhaling the thick smoke through his clenched teeth. But that's a lower decker problem. What matters is that the blood-spun web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. Confessor Adalbert, sorry. A plump old man in the rich robes of a confessor adds respectfully. My predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from the servants of the archenemy. The blood-spun web paid the price in blood, a river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. It became the blood of the flagship, the pulse in its veins and the beat of its heart. Their great sacrifice earned them the favor of House von Valencius. I wish to hear what my retinue thinks. Argenta. I have heard, though only at a distance, the prayers that the spinners often are up to him. I have seen how their deeds fill the people's hearts with confidence in the inevitability of his wrath. The The blood-spun web's loyalty to the Emperor is without question, and as his willingness to lay down their lives in the fight against the archenemy. Abelard. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult an audience or brought a spinner into her retinue, she respected the blood-spun web and approved of its mission. Cassia. It is strange, their shadowy forms are swathed in darkness, yet a radiant light burns within them like the scarlet flame. I think it is a good sign. It is rare to see anyone filled with such light, even among the servants of the faith. Alright, you will be my shadow, Cabela. Cabela's movements are slow, almost rhythmic as she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadows of her eyes accentuate the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritual scars. Henceforth, I am your shadow, Domin Sayax von Valencius, an instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One. For so it was ordained, and so his tarot forespoke. The young woman bows her head once more. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. He wishes you to know that the doors to the Undying One's temple are open to you. Abelard, are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of his flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They are not a fitting place for his lordship. Why is the Vizier not here to deliver the message himself? The first spinner is old, his abode in the temple beneath the flagship's freight line, and he has not left the lower decks in decades. Even a short journey could sunder the spirit from his ancient body. Where is this temple located? I'm not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of St. Ariane, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread that would become the blood-spun web. The path began deep within the flagship, in the dark tunnels of the freight line, and that is where yours must begin as well. This journey will bring you closer to the thread of our web, closer to the Undying One, closer to understanding death. Perhaps one day I'll grant you that favor. I've heard the whisper of the Undying One. He awaits you. He calls to you. Your time will come. Your blade awaits direction, Domin Sayax. We will speak again when the time is right. I mean, I'm a guardsman at heart. I don't really do melee combat. I'ma stand way the fuck over here and shoot you. As far away from big things with melee weapons as possible. There was something going on there I missed. Oh. Okay. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here, in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How's this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? Matters not. You are alone against the horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, sole remnant of Kunrad Vogvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. That voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven. The path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Throw the demon blade away. Never! Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces in the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You'd rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your Vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. That was not what I... Oh, that's all the people who were in on the Kickstarter for this. Shriner is irrelevant. Vogvir's mistake has cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted, as he has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at. I'm covering spies, and this one was a senior officer. I'm not about to discard him. Kunrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the Von Valencia's line when his skills and talents as Master of Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. Whoops. I did not want to... tension slowly retreats as you bring yourself to a complete stillness. Joint by joint, muscle by muscle, pore by pore. Before long, you have surrendered the passion of your body but to the bliss of oblivion. Troubles, worries, loss. Such things do not belong in this newly established dominion of tranquility. There are only the infinite waters of weightlessness in which, stripped of all things superficial, the mind of Cyax von Valencius drifts in silent bliss. What fills his consciousness? Thoughts of those who keep him afloat in these waters, who will drown and who we manage to pull to the surface. Alright. Oh, it's a big old two-hander. Okay, that's fine. Well, something here has gone wrong. Starport greets you with the din of ordnance, and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Sergeant Malgar, halt! Weapons on the ground or I'm firing! A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles toward you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Alright, so our skies are on lockdown. The rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport. Grab 'em, lads. We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. Abelard turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? I am the rogue traitor von Valencius. Give me a status report this instant. Sergeant Malgar, with a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier, and barks, My mistake, sir. At once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant... A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says a prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir, Sergeant. Leslie Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? What is going on here? Sergeant Malgar. Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. Then Felek tore off his mask precisely because he knew about the trouble on Reichad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue your report, peasant. Malgar. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to the satellites, reporting sightings of strange void chips in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Reichad Majoris. I said Majoris. Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. Continue. Sergeant Malgar. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. And the reason is because I was late. Pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. It is people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. The sergeant's grim voice rings with a martyr's pride. You happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir. Some dirty dog nearly shot down my shuttle. Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's all those damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on an anti-aircraft battery and it's causing all our shuttles to no end of trouble. The thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements. Not a soul survived. I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting the damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and these streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assign all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you. And I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we'll follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. Kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amernat or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though. Said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. Yeah, that sounds like a tech priest. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I will see that your heroism is noted. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. On my travels, I will hear many rumors. Go check shit out. That's basically what that is. It's telling me go explore. Let us level you up. I have literally no idea how to build you. Sure. To the end of combat, attacks made by the Blade Dancer against enemies who have already attacked that ally gain 15% critical chance and 28 critical damage. Sure, let's use that one. Medicae. Weapon skill. Let's boost damage, because damage is always useful.
I always keep my options open.
Grand Viaduct for receiving esteemed guests is buried under the rubble. Ooh, guts.
So
I am
this is how vast the sky
I am an
is.
esteemed
It is no
inquisitor.
wonder that
Therefore, I am
mutiny
looting as many things
How
as I
can
can.
order be maintained in a place without compartments or bulkheads?
I don't have a shield for her. I do, however, have a big-ass shotgun that I could give her. But I'm gonna leave her with the stub shotgun, the faux hammer. Oh, I guess it's not actually a shotgun. Some of these are. Oh no, it is a shotgun, rending shotgun. But I don't want to take away her ability to shoot things at range.
I would argue that it is not the size of the territory, but the competence of the governor that matters. Ugh, he did not even send a...
Are you ready to die?
How is the path blocked? She's literally standing right there.
Out of my way.
Aim for the heart next time.
Let's make it quick.
Injured. I'm enraged.
Let's see. Oh, easy peasy. Let's take that guy.
Hold on. Stay vigilant. Weapon at the ready. Let's get to it.
Stop shooting at me!
I bring mercy and retribution. Trust me.
Oh, she can't jump. She can't jump over to him.
Show me what you've got. Time to slaughter someone.
Let's get to it. Out of my way.
Follow my lead.
My place
Not
is at the
often a bad option. Shotgun to face. Oops, sorry. One moment, heretic person. I need to actually get out my melee weapon so that I can punch you with it.
I will do my duty.
Okay, they are behind cover over there. To the degree I can't see it. Shooting at them wouldn't be a bad option. I can't go rock and roll though, because I would probably hit my own guy. If we move up,
Guided by faith.
it's probably not the best option, but...
do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Light him on. Protect me, sandbags! Cannot jump far enough. Target enemy without spinning a charge, immediately making melee. Okay. Well, that's as far as she can go, so. Hop into cover.
Here we go.
Hey!
Onward.
Oh, well. Okay. Good for you,
I've seen worse battles
Guardsman.
than this in my time. At your beck and call.
Your blade and shield. As honor ordains. As the tenants demand. Trust me. The web serves.
Alright. That was easy. Oh, that's junk. That can go into the cargo. Some las guns, a sword, body glove, yeah, still junk. Can go into the cargo hold. Soldiers are still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. Gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it just definitely wasn't anything good. You unharmed? Thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over, like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. So why did they send you to the starport? I'm supposed to deliver updated Vox codes and how should I put it? Assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our VoxNet and are eavesdropping. This made proper communications impossible. The hollowed electrodynamic Cenoblum has sent out a distress call before it went dark. Who even knows what's happening in the system? They've family ties and might disrupt regulations and order. We're not. She's alive. I met her on Ryket Philia. That's marvelous. May the Emperor protect you for 1,000 years and 1,000 more for bringing me such good news. I'll name any firstborn after you. I swear. In fact, I'll name all my children after you. You don't really have to do that. I have no more questions. I must take my leave.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, well, this looks like it's going to be a fun one. Why is that happening? It would be easy to tell if I could. I wonder if there's something else going on. That's why.
Get to it. Scared yet?
I guess it's a good thing, because I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Could just be my, my YouTube is acting up.
A dance of blades and shadows. I shall not fail. Killing brings me no pleasure.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
All too easy. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Follow my lead. Victory is... It will be done.
Follow my lead.
Emperor, protect your daughter.
Oh, Cabela's down.
Faith without deeds
Was
is
standing a little too close to one of those explosive barrels.
Stay vigilant.
High momentum.
not a problem for me. Nothing of value has been lost. Suits my purpose. You didn't stand a chance.
I am a
Abelard.
navigator, not a servitor.
Indeed.
Go ahead and swing at
Reduce to
him.
dust. At your beck and call. One fewer target. I'm at your service. We are the spearhead of the Imperium. Let's patch you up.
You cannot trick death. It will claim me one day. What torments you?
She's stuck with it until I get her back to the void ship. That's annoying. Let's take fired up. Whenever I deal damage, critical damage is increased by 5%. So the longer the fight lasts, the more damage I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna do these level ups and then I'm going to stop because I do not know what is going on with my streaming at the moment. Need to check on a couple of things. Otherwise, take care.